Alright, hi guys, so I'm here with my RP Luffy deck. So I think for this meta, OP-09 meta, as you come to the end of it, what has come out a lot is Doflamingo, Teach. So this deck that I have, I feel like it fares kind of well against Doflamingo and Teach. And if you're like me, right, you will refuse to play those leaders because they are not straw hat crew. Okay, so if you are a stupid player like me, you want to know how to play like one of the straw hat crew, right? I think Red Purple Luffy has a chance. Of course, we know that the best Luffy deck right now is probably Purple Luffy, but I still think that for against Teach and Doflamingo, perhaps Red Purple Luffy has a better chance. Okay, so first of all, we need our searcher. Regular searcher will be Nami, just a normal searcher, 5 cards, 1k counter. The one that's a little bit more controversial will be this Monkey D. Luffy card. So why I like it is because it gives me the chance to attack if I am the second person to start. So this is a little bit more aggressive and I like it, and you also have the 1k counter. It's just that I think there are not a lot of like good 2-cost card in the Red Purple deck right now for Straw Hat Crew. I know that some people play like Beppo, but I felt like over time when I tried it out, it didn't work as well for me. But for this, right, if you get to the late game, I think you can chip off at the opponent eventually. Kind of work like a semi-body, because without any additional cost, typically you get it to 5k and you get to hit somebody. It is quite easy to remove off the board, yes, but because of the cannot be KO'd when battling tri-attribute characters part of the card, it still has some very slight durability here. Overall, I don't really play it too much, more for the counter. You see I only have 3 of it. It's more for when I'm starting second. I think it gives the power curve a little bit like a smoother power curve lah. If you know of like a better 2-cost card that we can use, you can leave it down in the comment below. And very importantly for any Red Purple Luffy deck is we want to get to the 8 Dawn very quickly, right? So you need to ramp. I think that the on-play ramps are not very good because of Teach. So I've removed Bond Clay. Initially I tried it, but it just wasn't that useful. Zoro, everybody will run it. The one that I think that not so many people run it will be is to Die For. When I found out about it, I used it against like Doflamingo and Teach on a few occasions, and sometimes also for Shanks, right? You get to do that 2 active Dawn bonus very quickly. I think there's some people who play that film card for Red Hair Shanks that gives you the same attack or blocker as your opponent's leader card. Because my leader card is 6k Luffy, right? So it becomes 6k also, and it gives me that 2 ramp. And of course, like there's Yasuo, there is sometimes people will play Jesus Burgess very early. For Doflamingo, there are a couple of cards that are 6k. So I think generally the chances of you getting that 2 active Dawn ramp is not abysmal. It's quite good. So I've done it on quite a couple of occasions, and usually when I do that, the game really ends quite quickly in a good way for me. And also because there's a trigger, so I think that is always helpful. I've seen some people play this card instead. Even if you're starting second, where your second turn you can play this, you get to draw a card. It seems good, right? It's to Die For card, I get a Dawn. It seems like there isn't any benefit if their opponent has no 6k, but I get to have 1 more Dawn to add to my leader card. So that 7k to 5k attack is pretty good. I get to get the opponent to either take a damage or discard 2 cards. So I think generally I prefer is to Die For over the Animal Kingdom card. The one that is a bit iffy, again, the ones that are iffy I always have only 3 of it, is Captain Kid. So I think it's good because when you pair with Luffy Taro, you get to get 1 more extra Dawn back. But again, right, I don't think that is particularly needed for the deck. I just wanted to have something there to put when it's my turn for the 5-cost card. So I like to do Zoro, and then I add 1 Dawn on my turn with 5 Dawns, right? So I add 1 Dawn and I can do like a body 5k damage to the opponent, and I can get back 1 Dawn card. So overall I'll have 5 left, and I want to play something that's good. So usually I'll play either Kid or Sangoro. But honestly, right, I tend to want to keep the Sangoro to do the combo. So this becomes the alternative. Again, it's not the best card to have, but it has its function. So the rest of the staples are quite common. You have your Luffy Taro and your 2 Zoro and Sangoro cards that does the combo well, and you can get back the resources by drawing card or choosing the card. And I think a lot of people also play like Onami because towards late game is a good blocker to have, and you get to draw 2 cards. So a lot of Red Purple Luffy and Purple Luffy is about getting as much resources as possible. I actually added this more controversial Frankie because I think that on one hand, certain opponents, especially like Red Hair Shanks, right, removing Onami is way too easy. Frankie is a little bit more difficult to remove. And at the same time, right, I want to have the option of returning Dawn cards to my Dawn deck, because together with like my leader card effect and also Usta's Captain Key effect, sometimes just -1 Dawn from Luffy Taro doesn't cut it. I want to have that. I want to maximize my leader cards effect, right? So this gives me an option. I think it's not the best thing to do, but it's an option, right, that I can do, and it also gives me that draw to card. Additionally, I think by now people should be quite familiar with the Frankie and Saji combo. So with 10 Dawn, you can actually max out all of this. And for Red Purple Luffy, after doing all this, right, you can still get 1 Dawn with the effect to play your Gum Gum Giant. So overall, I think like you can take at least 4 hits from that sequence, which is really helpful in the late game when you need to do the defense. Another one that I don't think everybody has, which is why I only put 2, is Monkey D. Luffy, the 9 cost rush card. But if you actually get to play it, you can control how many Dawn cards you return to the deck, which is good. Because again, right, if you have this and the leader effect, you get to maximize how many Dawn cards you get back in return. So that's a good thing. And also like 10k is pretty good. You have a chance at like removing some of the big bodies like the 12k Shanks and things like that. So overall, draw 1 card, control the Dawn deck, quite a good late game finisher. So I have 2 of this. So of course, Gum Gum Giant you want all 4 of it, because this deck allows you to play Dawn a lot, so you're not very afraid of that Dawn -2. At the same time, you get to draw 2 cards, which is always helpful for like to get more resources. But I still put 2 Radical Beams, because I think that sometimes you want to keep at least having like 8 Dawn at the end of the turn. Okay, so you need a few of these to do another one of those block encounters. So I have 2 of it. Okay, but the card that really brings this deck into the meta is, in my opinion, Gol D Roger, because it's one of the better counters that I have seen so far against the 10 cost Teach, which is a 12k blocker. So on one hand, 13k attack has a chance to eliminate it, so if it blocks, it might still get kicked out, since a lot of times I think like Teach doesn't have a lot of resources left in the game. The other thing is that if they spam Teach to block, so they put 1 Teach down, they put another one down thinking that they are invincible, right? Playing this card when you have like no more life, I think actually helps you to win some games. I have won a lot of like matchups with Teach because of this card in the past. So this is the card that I really think helps you to deal with the meta. Everything else, I think like same with Purple Luffy, you have a chance at beating Doflamingo. It's a little bit harder. I think overall, you have a chance at beating Doflamingo. I have a chance at beating Doflamingo. Most of the time, I feel like against Shanks, because I just ram faster, I end the game faster, I beat Shanks. And this card allows me to have a chance against Teach. So these are the 3 main meta decks at the moment. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to show you how I play in an actual game. Okay, so this is an example of a game against Teach. So overall, I think in this case, we have Zoro and we have Monkey D. Luffy. I don't think there's a rush to search for cards, because chances are you're not going to be able to play your 7 cost Luffy. Okay, so we have the Gol D Roger is our ticket to win. Okay, so always put the Ram card. For me, right, I think it's important to get rid of Lafitte. It gives Teach a lot of like resources, and that's the main problem. If you can get rid of Teach resources, it's actually not that great. So yeah, after 1 turn, usually you don't get to keep your 2 cost Luffy the game. So this turn, right, he didn't black hole me. So it didn't black hole me, I'll do whatever I want during this turn. So I want to have at least 5 Dawns at the end of the day, so that I can do a search, right? So that will be 2 on my Zoro. Okay. So like for me, it's always trying to reduce the resources as much as I can. I think they will be able to remove one of my characters. So I want Sun Goroshi in play, so I think it's wiser to do a search. Okay, in this case, I don't think it will be very helpful to get Luffy Taro. Yeah, like a lower cost card usually will be helpful with blocker. I think I'll go for Frankie. And then after that, I'll use this to search. Yeah, probably Gum Gum Giant. Right, so you see, I predicted that they will get rid of your 4 cost card this turn. And then you have to find a way to get rid of Dog Q, which is okay because you have a searcher. Well, no more searchers. Okay, so this is the turn where I can get 10 dons, which is a good thing. Typically, I'll play Gol, which is a bit dangerous because of all the dot queues here. And then I think I'll also play a Frankie. I have to... Okay, I'm gonna risk it and try to get rid of the Van Augur. With 6k, right, you're definitely not getting rid of it. Even if he doesn't let you take away Van Augur, I think you can still try to... Oh, but then the Laboon comes out. So yeah, Laboon is another problem with Teach. So you just have to figure a way out. He's running out of resources, as you can see. Okay, after this turn, I have to start taking some damage so I can get more cards in my hand. Okay, but... Oh, 3 Gum Gum Giant is not good. Not good at all. Okay, I'm gonna put out Frankie again, just because I think I want to get rid of Laboon. Right, then another... To be sure, right, I think I should put 8k over here. Then I'll keep my Gum Gum Giants. Okay, so another black hole. Right now, my problem is that I have not enough resource cards, right? So just have to put this out for now. Okay, he will probably block it just for the sake of trying. Sometimes they want the cards, so they will actually take the damage, but not for this guy. Oh, that's great. So helps with my Gol D Roger, but now I have too much life and he has too much life too, so I might still lose. Okay, so I have a small problem here because I don't really have much cards to play. Okay, I'll probably play this in case I can make use of it. And now I'll have to discard one Gum Gum Giant at the end of this turn. Oh, another blocker. Means I'm gonna win. I mean, I'll take it first and then we'll see what happens. Is it gonna black hole me? Okay, I can double Gum Gum, but if I double Gum Gum, or I can risk it, because I can Gum Gum once and hope that I get at least one. Okay, I'm gonna risk it. Yes, alright, so I get to do this. Okay, and I resolve it. And I probably won. Let me show you how. Put this out, give these 2 Rested Dawn, attack. And this is how you win, guys. So Gol D Roger counters Blackbeard super hard, which is why I think like RP Luffy has a chance in this meta. So another one that I think is common is the Shanks matchup. Okay, it can be worse. So in this case, I think I will skip on the Ram. Okay, because I'm not sure if I can get to do a combo and I want to do the combo as early as possible. Okay, so we have not much of a choice here. We do a Ram and we try to attack Shanks. Ooh, looks like he's not having a good game. It's okay, I needed more resources anyway. So in this turn, what I'm gonna do is to do a search. Okay, in this search, I will take one more Onami so that I can do more of the combos. Okay, I'm gonna leave one card for the counter here because this guy is going to be pretty desperate with just spamming attacks on me, so I just want to keep one for the counter. He's pretty unlucky to have no cards at this moment. Because before he can respond, I'm gonna flood the deck, flood the field with my characters. I mean, let's just use this first. Right, Lucky Rule. Okay, Lucky Rule, usually I will... It's gonna be a waste. You have to waste your 6k dude. Right, it's a good thing that he did it immediately, so I still have my leader card to use. And here I want to draw more cards, so I'm going to pull out my Sangoro first. Okay, I want to leave one for Gum Gum Giant here. Since I didn't put Onami out, I am a little bit vulnerable. I want to use Gangam Giant here. Okay, against Shanks, I like to try to end the game before he can pull out his big bodies. But, I mean, it's a matter of chance. Okay, I probably will take this. Okay, draw. I think it is time to put out a Onami. One card to trash. Okay, this is pretty good. I shall do another Onami, I think. Okay. So now I have quite a lot of resources for next turn with 2 blockers. I am going to go straight in to attack him. Usually you want to start at the lower attack first, I forgot. It's a mistake. Okay. So like usually they want to put out maybe a relay or just something to get rid of my Onami. Also chances are he might play a 10 cost Shanks. Okay, so no 10 cost Shanks. But he's gonna try to delete it with maybe like a oh, he's attacking, then there's no way you're getting it. I thought he would play like a relay or I think another one, yep. Right, so this would have been a more logical play. Okay, so I have 10 here. I think I am actually going to flood the deck. Right. So I put this out first because I forgot I should be attacking before doing all this nonsense. Okay, this guy kind of needs to go. Okay, and then I'm going to attack with my friendly red purple Luffy. Okay, so there's this danger here right now. Let's say he has Gol D Roger. I might lose if I play low zero, right? So I need to keep some of my Dawn cards for defense. I am going to use Nami for an attack. Alright. So if he attacks me, I'm just going to use my blocker as soon as possible. And then I'll take one so that the Gol D Roger cannot take me out. Right, so blocker used. Okay, I mean you can have my Nami, it's okay. To hesitate so much probably means he might have Gol D Roger. No, he has Shanks, but he didn't want to play it. Interesting. Okay, that's very strange. First, let's see what card we get back. I'm kind of hoping I can get like a... I mean, this game is not going to end on this turn. I want to have a couple of more blockers, so I'm going to use Nami in hopes of getting a blocker. I did get Frankie, alright. So Frankie, deploy this card here. Okay. Gain a Dawn. Okay, I'm going to prepare for the endgame. Oh shucks, I should have played. I shouldn't have drawn a Dawn, I should have played this. Oh, it's a mistake. Alright then, I will do this first. No, okay, he got rid of the blocker. Then let me try to get rid of Ben Beckman. Again, right, I'm very concerned that he might have Gol D Roger, so I don't want to let his HP, I don't want to let his life hit 0. Oh, he completely ended his turn. I think it was a mistake. Means I'm probably going to win. How strange. Yeah, he probably pressed something by accident. Oh, he didn't have Gol D Roger actually. So yes, so Red Luffy beat Shanks too. So this is just another game that I played against Doflamingo deck. In the end, I won. He conceded. I had more cards on the field, so he gave out on the game. But generally speaking, my feel of Red Purple Luffy is that he has a place in the meta. It can win Teach, it can win Doflamingo, it can win Shanks and Purple Luffy. But for Purple Luffy and Doflamingo, I have to be honest, I think we are slightly weaker. But compared to them, I think we have a better shot against Teach. So overall, I think it's something that you can consider to beat Doflamingo. Maybe you add in a Whitebeard card that can remove the 5k power kind, because one of the problems with against Doflamingo deck is the Teach card that can add 2 Rested Dawn to Doflamingo. We have no way of getting rid of it. So adding that Whitebeard card in might be helpful. I haven't really tried it yet, but if you have any ideas about how to make Red Purple Luffy better, add it down in the comments below. So if you're like me and you like it, do share and comment about how you will make it better. See you next time when you open more cards for OP10. Goodbye!